Day 7 post-op, double mastectomy. Today I go back to the plastic surgeon, 7 days post-op to check drains and I guess for my checkup. Next week I go back to my surgeon. Continuing to nourish and feed myself with life-sustaining nutrition. That's what a holistic nutritionist texted me this morning, Patty. Hi, Patty. And she said, your body does great when we fuel it and feed it with life-sustaining nutrition. I love that. And I believe that even when I haven't been in this state of recovery, I am constantly posting about holistic nutrition and ways to be our best self via cold plunge, sauna, movement, and eating whole, real foods. Regardless of what studies come out there, they're all funded. Most of them are funded for an agenda. If we eat out of the earth and we eat whole foods and we put in our body things that help our cellular system flourish, we do well. Fake processed foods, our body does not do well, period. And it's been an interesting experiment doing that while I'm healing because I can tell a difference. But that does not negate that I haven't had hard moments. And yesterday was a hard day emotionally. I had a really not a good day. I went out and walked a little bit flat with my husband. I was ambitious and thought, let's go to West Seattle and take the dogs. And I walked out to the mailbox and you can feel the incisions. I have these huge slashes in my chest and I could feel them move. And I thought maybe that's too ambitious. So he drove me to a flat park and we made 2 laps and that was about it for me. But I'm struggling with, since all this information I found around the implants, I'm struggling with my choices from here on out. I don't like any of them. It's like I didn't like any of my choices when I got diagnosed with cancer. It's like we don't get any say in this except the say, and this is what you can do. And I don't like any of them. I don't like the flat aesthetic, nor do I want reconstruction. I don't want any of it. So that's hard. And I don't have to make a decision today, but I do have expanders in, which they assume you want, and they put in you towards reconstruction. The flat aesthetic, I don't know that I want that. So I'm struggling with that. And those are my options. The drains hopefully will come out soon. Last night, I was throwing up. I had diarrhea at the same time while I'm trying to hold my drains, and that was rough. And my poor husband, feels so helpless. This has been very interesting also with those around us. And for me, the closest one is my husband, and how this affects them and how they show up. Their fear, like my husband has been so scared. So he handles anxiety and fear in not the most calming way. When we had Dr. Lisa here, she was a calming anchor. And calm is just as contagious as anxiety. So she really helped set the tone coming home from surgery. If you saw his Steve's Facebook post, he talks a lot about how stubborn I am. I'm not a good patient, yada, 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 which there are benefits to being stubborn. So, but all that scares him because he's on the outside. And then here I am last night, I'm throwing up. I've got diarrhea at the same time, and he just feels helpless, and it's hard. So this is just a quick update around recovery post-op. Your prayers, I still covet. I go to the doctor. I'll check in after that appointment later. Remember the people around you, the closest ones around you that are giving care. And men especially, they don't show it. They don't express it well, generally. And my husband's a therapist. He's very good and in tune with his emotions, but yet it still comes out janky sometimes. The power of the feminine, the power of our female as a female, my friends, and that energy is beautiful and so appreciative. And the calm that brings into the mix when you've got 2 very anxious people is super important. Make sure you have somebody in your life that is that for you, the opposite, the yin to your yang. So I'm will continue to post updates. My messages that I've gotten have been read, and I thank you. And I do hope these are helping other people. There's not a lot out there that exposes behind the curtains with things like this, right? And I've done that all along, and now I'm going to do it with my breast cancer diagnosis and the recovery. And I will check in later.